ثقافون عنك ما يدرون إن فيك مجنون من برا لك داري ما town.
And this land is kind of special to me. When I was 13, I think, I called up, Hewlett and Packard were my idols. And I called up Bill Hewlett because he lived in Palo Alto and there were no unlisted numbers in the phone book, which gives you a clue to my age. And he picked up the phone and I talked to him and I asked him if he'd give me some spare parts for something I was building called a frequency counter. And he did, but in addition to that, he gave me something way more important. He gave me a job that summer, a summer job at Hewlett-Packard, right here in Santa Clara off 280, the division that built frequency counters. And I was in heaven. Well, right around that exact moment in time, Hewlett and Packard themselves were walking on some property over here in Cupertino, in Prune Ridge, and they ended up buying it. And they built their computer systems division there. And as Hewlett-Packard has been shrinking lately, they decided to sell that property and we bought it. We bought that and we bought some adjacent property. All used to be apricot trees, apricot orchards, and we've got about 150 acres. And we would like to put a new campus on that so that we can stay in Cupertino. And we've hired some great architects to work with, some of the best in the world, I think. And we've come up with a design that puts 12,000 people in one building. I mean, think about that. That's rather odd. 12,000 people in a building, in one building. But we've seen these office parks with lots of buildings, and they get pretty boring pretty fast. So we'd like to do something better than that, and I'd like to take you through what we'd like to do. So this is supposed to work here. There we go. Can you see this?
Yep. Yes, we can.
Great. So here's where we are today, which is on infinite loop. Hey, Johnny. This never freezes up, so you guys haven't turned off all your Wi-Fi. Come on, let's get it off, please. Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay, except for these guys that aren't turning their Wi-Fi off.
Bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, this is amazing. I grew up here in the U.S. with the Jetsons and with Star Trek and communicators, and just dreaming about this. You know, dreaming about video calling, and it's real now. Now, did you have this kind of stuff in England?
I grew up watching exactly the same TV shows. You know, I used to love that sort of wonderful, sort of optimistic view of the future, and it's real now, isn't it?
It's real, especially when people turn their Wi-Fi stuff off.
It's sort of odd, isn't it? Because, as you know, the idea of communicating this way, it's an old idea. It's one that we're familiar with. We've just had to wait. We've had to wait an awfully long time for it to become real, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, listen, let's have lunch later on.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right. See you, Steve.
I think it's the same. Introducing the next iPhone. It's the iPhone you love. Now with video. Just one of the amazing new features on the iPhone 3GS, the fastest, most powerful iPhone yet.
Three things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. There's a lot of technology in search of a customer. You know, in other words, a lot of companies do things because it's technically possible, but in the end, nobody cares. Nobody wants to buy them. And so we see a lot of that, technology in search of a customer. And I think the hard thing is to figure out what can be done, but also what people really want to do. So what we found as an example in iPods is most of our customers don't care about having a radio built into their iPod. As a matter of fact, the reason they got an iPod is because they don't want some DJ at a radio station determining the music they listen to. They want to determine it themselves. They want to build their own playlists. And so that's why they buy an iPod. And so we have a radio feature that you can attach to your iPod now, but most customers don't buy it because they want their own playlists. So it's a lot easier to come up with technology that people don't want than it is to come up with technology that people do want.
something fantastic.
The important thing about today's accomplishment is this is not an end, it's just a very good beginning.
The thing that I set off to do, and that is to show that a little guy like me with a small team here in Mojave could fly a manned space flight, that's done. It's successful.
Roger, shut down.
It's no longer insane to think of a private company doing a manned spaceflight. What this means, I think, is enormous to what you'll see happen the next 5 years, and more importantly, the next 10 or 15 years. People dream about affordable space tourism. It's not just a dream.
Wow, you would not believe the view. Holy mackerel.
I think all of us need to be on guard against arrogance, which knocks at the door whenever you're successful.
Have you lived through that?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Now, by that, correct me if I'm wrong, you had an incredible high with the initial success of Apple, and then other competitors get in, and it's sobering.
Well, as you may know, I was basically fired from Apple when I was 30, and was invited to come back 12 years later. So that was difficult when it happened, but maybe the best thing that ever happened to me.
There's a better way to rent movies, as many as you want for only $17.99 a month and no late fees. Go to Netflix.com, make a list of the movies you want to see, and in about one business day, you'll get 3 DVDs. Keep them as long as you want, without late fees. Then when you're done, look, prepaid envelopes. Return one, and they'll send you another movie from your list. It's easy.
Netflix. All the movies you want, only $17.99 a month, and no late fees.
Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Jobs. Yes, that's right, it's me. Chief Executive of Apple Inc., 1 Infinite Loop, Cupertino, California, 95014. I know the address. That's how you know it's me, Steve Jobs. Well, I've got some big news this year, and I want the whole world to hear it. I quit. Yes, that's right. I'm resigning effective immediately, and what's more, I'm shutting down all of Apple. Now, I know this comes as a surprise to some of you, but if you think about it, you'll see I really didn't have a choice. I mean, Vista's been performing so well. They've sold dozens of copies. It was so clear to me that Leopard was just going to get lost in all of that wow. And then I got my iPod killer. The Zune. Look at this baby, huh? Brown. Now, I'm sure you'd agree that it's time for Apple to wave the white flag and concede defeat to the boys up in Redmond, Washington. Now, don't shed tears over the iPhone and all that other junk we talked about. Just carry those big brains of yours up out of the Mascarpone Center and go on home. You're no longer needed. PC. Hey, oh, hi, Mac. What's going on? How are you?
Again? Really? Why? I thought we talked about this last year. You think these people are really going to believe that you're Steve Jobs?
You're right. Hello, I'm Phil Schiller.
Hi, welcome to Mountain View, California. I'm speaking here at Google's headquarters, and I'd like to tell you about something I'm really excited about. It's called Android, and it's a new open source operating system and software platform for mobile phones. Just like I learned how to write great services and software upon free tools for the web, like Linux and GNU, now with Android, you'll be able to do the exact same things on mobile phones. The software is all free, the source is completely available, and we expect great new powerful applications to be developed on it. The SDK is being released right now, and you can download it. And to show you some of the highlights and some of the applications we've already developed, here's Steve.
You've probably been hearing a little bit about the G phone lately. I'm here to tell you there is actually no G phone. Instead, I'd like to introduce you to the Android platform. This is a platform we hope will enable people to create thousands of G phones. The first device I'd like to show you today is a prototype that I've been living with for about the past 6 months, because in order to create a great product, you actually have to live with it. This particular device is running a full version of the Android software stack that has all the functionality you would expect in a basic phone. Here's an example of a home screen. This is a place where you have access to all of your favorite applications, such as your browser, maps, or contacts. If you want to call somebody, just type their name and hit dial. And I'm calling my friend Aaron. Of course, one of the things that we've built into the software development kit is the ability to interact and integrate applications with one another. So another example using contacts. Let's say I want to find out where Erin lives. I simply go and type her name, and when I bring up her contact and select her address, it'll take me right to the Maps application, and it's going to zoom right in to show me where Erin lives. If I select C on the map, there we notice that she lives on Amphitheater Parkway, but maybe I'm not quite sure where that is, so I want to zoom out a little bit to see what freeway that might be close to. There we can see that it's near the Highway 101.
Seems like everybody these days is on the internet, right? But no, 20% and fewer, I think, are on the internet. Where is everybody else? I think maybe you're afraid, like, are you a computer person? No, I'm not. I don't like the... That would be like changing my sex or my political affiliation. I'm not. That's a whole new... I'm not that person. Well, there's a computer. It makes it so easy. You're up and running in 10 minutes, and you're still yourself. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to talk in that language. You have a computer, but you're not a computer person. Relax.
For the first time in history, a personal computer has been classified as a weapon by the U.S. government. With the power to perform over 1 billion calculations per second, the Pentagon wants to ensure that the new Power Macintosh G4 does not fall into the wrong hands. As for Pentium PCs, well, they're harmless.
I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying.
It's just a tool, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. No. No, it's an alien life form.
What do you think, I mean, when you think then about the
Is
future
there life
of it?
on Mars? Yes, it's just landed here.
But it's simply a different delivery system there. You're arguing about something more profound.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the actual context, and the state of content is going to be so different to anything that we can really envisage at the moment, where the interplay between the user and the provider will be so in simpatico. It's going to crush our ideas of what mediums are all about.
而今天，我想把大家请过来，跟大家共同探讨以后至少5年、10年我们要做的事情。那么阿里巴巴我们将做成怎么样？我想，从黄页的时候我就提过，黄页所要瞄准的对象不是国内展的，而是国际展的。 我们所有的竞争对手不在于中国，而在于美国的硅谷。如果说
When I interview somebody, I actually spend about a third of the interview asking them questions designed to ascertain whether or not they can hire great people. So it's sort of the meta interview, and that, I mean, different businesses have different criteria, but in this business, we've reached an interesting inflection point where I would say 70% of the risk now to Amazon.com is execution risk. So it's inside the company. It's, you know, our ability to stumble. We've basically gotten past the point where 70 to 80% of the risk was external and where we needed a huge amount of luck to get to where we are now. Now, all we need is a clear, consistent vision and the ability to execute on it very, very well at high speed. And that second piece comes from having large numbers of talented employees with lots of executive bandwidth to help guide them.
The bishop can easily fall victim to what we call an overload tactic. When one piece has to defend so many pieces, there's always a problem. Has resigned.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game?
I can't go to the game today.
What?
I got to send my mom a birthday gift, then book plane tickets for our trip next week, and my kids got to go to the library to look up dinosaurs.
Hey, we can take care of that right now with America Online.
We can?
Yeah, we can send your mom flowers, order those plane tickets. We can even look up dinosaurs in Compton's Encyclopedia.
With America Online, you get instant news and sports, financial updates, online magazines, and easy access to the internet. Call now for your free America Online startup kit and 10 free online hours.
Flowers are sent, plane tickets are booked. Here come the dinosaurs.
That's great.
Downloading's easy. I can even send an email on the internet. And we'll check it all out later, after the game.
So how do you get America Online?
Well, that's easy too. You just call their 800 number.
Call 1-800-346-0600 now for your free America Online startup kit with free software and 10 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online. So call 1-800-346-0600.
And what will you get? I mean, over using the sort of system that you're piloting over the next few years, I mean, just what will come out the screen?
Okay. People find it easy to understand. You can look up any movie, see reviews, see what your friends like, have it suggest based on what you liked a movie and see it immediately. They understand playing games on the device where you have multiple people playing together and you can see the other people while you play. They might not appreciate you can enhance TV shows and where you have a contest you can bet, or where you have baseball you can get additional information, buy tickets. If you have music TV, you can buy the CD, find out about the concert, or send in fan mail. You can get government information instead of going and waiting in line or filling out forms. You can do all that right there at your PC.
Do you think it's sort of definitely going to happen, or do you think that
Oh, absolutely.
Why do you think? You think there's the demand out there for this sort of thing? Or do you think it's just there's so much money being put into it by...
No. It's all based on the demand. But I can't use some mathematical proof to show you there's demand. At the heart of it, there's intuition here. In the same way that we bet our company on Windows, we're betting our future on our vision of the information highway and spending over $100 million a year and putting all of our reputation on the line, that there will be a lot of highway activity that's important and that our software will be a major part of that.
Its handling will astound you. Its power will amaze you. And it runs on your imagination. Macintosh Quadra, the most powerful Macintosh ever.
do you think this advanced operating environment is worth? Wait just 1 minute before you answer. Watch as Windows integrates Lotus 123 with Miami Vice. Now we can take this Ferrari and paste it right into Windows Right. Now how much do you think Microsoft Windows is worth? Don't answer. Wait until you see Windows Right and Windows Paint, and to listen to what else you get at no extra charge. The MS-DOS Executive, an appointment calendar, a card file, a notepad, a clock, a control panel, a terminal, a print spooler, a RAM driver, and, can you believe it, Reversey. That's right, all these features in Reversey, all for just, how much did you guess? 500? 1,000? Even more? No, it's just $99. That's right. It's $99. It's an incredible value, but it's true. It's Windows from Microsoft. Order today. P.O. Box 286 DOS, except in Nebraska.
The way some business people spend their time has very little to do with the clock. At Apple, we understand that business as usual isn't anymore. That's why we make the most advanced personal computers in the world. And why soon there'll be just two kinds of people.
Hi.
Those who use computers.
Yeah, I'll be home for breakfast.
And those who use apples.
ファミリーコンピュータの楽しいカセット情報。シングルス、ダブルスの本格テニスをコンピュータと技比べ。5段階のランクが楽しめます。ピンボール、迫力のフリッパー、スロットマシンのスリル、ポーカーゲームの興奮、ビンゴの面白さの全てを結集したピンボールの決定版。さらにゴルフ、光線銃など面白カセットどんどん登場。
这就是我们的 Apple computer. My Apple has a great head for stats. It sure makes my job a lot easier.
There are more people in more places doing more things with Apples than with any other personal computer in the world.
Man, we never travel without the Apple.
And of all these people using Apples, most had never touched a computer before. Apple, the most personal computer.
Once things got a little better organized, people started taking notes, analyzing how they ran and how they could run even faster. Today at Nike, we know even more. We developed one of the most sophisticated sport research labs in the world to let us see, in detail, the peculiarities of style, the dynamics of foot strike. And at Nike, we're putting that knowledge to work, making shoes that actually help athletes to run faster and safer. Why do we go to so much trouble? Well, it may be the 20th century and all that, but there are still people out there who run as if their life depended on it.
Government has the capacity, by using computers, to get all kinds of information on us that we're really not even aware that they have. Isn't that dangerous?
Well, I think the best protection against something like that is a very literate public, and in this case, computer literate. And I think you're actually seeing that happen right now. In the personal computer area, again, computers that people can afford themselves, we've already reached approximately 1 in every 1,000 households in the United States. And I think over the next 5 or 6 years, that figure will be 1 in 10. Ultimately, it will be 1 in 1. And I think the feeling of computer literacy among the populace is the thing that, for me at least, gives me the most comfort that that centralized intelligence will have the least effect on our lives without us knowing.
bookkeeper, she's beginning a new career. She'll spend the next day or so learning to use the IBM System 23 DataMaster, a small computer with some mighty big capabilities. Helen begins to read the easy-to-understand manual, and much to her surprise, it's easy to understand. She's about to turn it on. She's still a little nervous. It's on. They're getting acquainted. Helen's gaining confidence, and she's gaining respect for the DataMaster. It's a data processor, a word processor, and although it's small, it will grow as the company grows. Helen couldn't believe that a computer that cost so little could make her job so much easier. Now she believes it. Helen, bookkeeper and future data processor, word processor and computer operator. Would you call this a personal victory?
I would. Well, I had a terrific teacher.
IBM, helping put information to work for people.
You're looking at a small portable computer called the IBM 5100. It's helping a lot of different people do their work more productively.
Managing real estate investments entails many difficult decisions. Do I pay it now or later? What about the landscaping? Can we afford it? What about taxes? There are many, many difficult decisions to make. It's really nice having a computer to help.
It weighs about 50 pounds. You can plug it in anywhere.
Bad weather, late deliveries, construction delays of all kinds. How is it going to affect our schedule? Now we can find that out, fast.
The 5100 can help handle some very complex information.
Jet fuel is expensive. At Simmons Precision, we're developing a product that'll help the pilots save fuel. Flight test time is also expensive. But we do our flight tests right here in the lab on our 5100 and save time and money.
Capacity? About the same as some large computers a few years ago.
We're a mid-sized life insurance company. If we want to compete, and we do, we've got to be flexible. We've got to get answers fast. This little machine will help us do it.
The 5100 is easy to learn and simple to use.
There are countless combinations of feed we can mix. What is the most economical for any particular herd? That's what I'm figuring out now.
The cost of the 5100 is reasonable.
Paper, ink, size, weight, overhead, and don't forget the shipping costs. Estimating a printing job is not so easy. Our estimators handle 50% more work since we got the 5100. We do it faster and a lot more accurately, and our customers really love it.
The IBM 5100. It's bringing the advantages of the computer to more and more people. IBM, helping put information to work.
The electronic game of the future. Odyssey easily attaches to any brand TV, black and white or color, to create a closed-circuit electronic playground. Odyssey gives you all the exciting action of hockey and 11 other challenging play and learning games for the entire family. Odyssey, a new dimension for your television, now at your Magnavox dealer. He's listed in the yellow pages.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
We're home.
Man on the moon. Boy.
Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute.
There he is. There's a foot coming down the step.
I'm at the foot of the ladder.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon on this July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Thank you.
Hey, Bill, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
I'm over here at the park. I thought today was a play day. Where are you, man?
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
All right.
Great. All right. Look busy. Don't sign anything while I'm gone. Whenever Steve and I can, we slip away from the office and talk about the future of technology. Just getting away from our desk makes us feel like kids again.
push me. Ah, it's always about you. It's always about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a plan! Now, if this global reinvention is to work, there might be a few competitors that are unfortunately eliminated! Oopsie!
Oh, behave.
Hey, hit like and subscribe وتفعيل جرس الانذار لمتابعة الثقافون.